Welcome, powerful creators. Today, I'm going to reveal why you must stop asking the universe for money and instead start commanding it to deliver exactly what you desire. Not someday, not maybe, but now imagine seeing $80,000 flow into your life, unexpected checks, sudden opportunities, doors opening where they were once locked, because you spoke the exact words I'm about to share. These words carry authority, alignment, and certainty, and when you use them, you shift from begging to commanding, from hoping to receiving. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never talk to the universe the same way again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the energy of abundance. Drop a one-word comment command and check the bio for the link to my other channel. Make sure you subscribe there too for even deeper secrets. For many people, the very first obstacle in manifesting money, wealth, and financial freedom is the mindset of begging. Too often, people approach the universe, God, or life itself with a tone of desperation, pleading for change instead of standing in authority and declaring it. And here's the truth. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to alignment, certainty, and authority. When you ask, "Please give me money. Please send me $80,000. What energy are you projecting? You're admitting that you don't already have it. You're signaling lack, emptiness, and fear. And because the law of attraction reflects energy back to you, what you project is multiplied and returned. So instead of pulling in $80,000, you magnetize more lack, more waiting, and more delay. Commanding, on the other hand, is a posture of authority. It is you recognizing that abundance is your birthright, that money already exists in infinite circulation, and that you are worthy of receiving it. Now, when you shift from asking to commanding, your words carry weight, your vibration shifts, and your reality bends to match your declaration. Think of it like a king or queen in their palace. Do they beg their servants for food? Do they plead for the guards to protect them? Of course not. They speak, they declare, they issue a command, and the order is carried out. Their authority does not come from arrogance. It comes from position. And you too are positioned as a co-creator with the universe. Your words are not just sound, they are decrees. Science even backs this up. Neuroscientists have shown that the brain cannot easily distinguish between vividly spoken affirmations and external reality. When you declare, "I command $80,000 to flow into my life now," your subconscious begins rewiring itself to believe it is true. Your actions begin to align with that reality. Your decisions shift, and your awareness of opportunities expands. You literally start attracting the pathways to make it happen. Let me tell you a story. A woman once told me she had been praying for financial relief for years. Every night she would cry and beg, "God, please help me. Please send me money." But nothing shifted. Then, one day, she was introduced to the idea of commanding. Instead of asking, she decided to try it. She stood in her living room, looked at herself in the mirror, and said with boldness, "I command $80,000 to come into my life. I release all fear, and I claim it now." At first, she felt silly. But as days went by, her confidence grew. Weeks later, an unexpected settlement came through that she had long given up on. The amount just over $82,000. She told me, "The moment I stopped begging and started commanding, everything changed." The shift is not magic, it is alignment. Begging lowers your frequency. Commanding raises it. Begging says, "I don't have." Commanding says, "It is mine." And the universe always responds to the vibration of certainty. Let's break this down further. Energy of asking fade desperation, fear, lack, waiting, postponement. Energy of commanding fade authority, clarity, ownership, immediate alignment. Practical example, Faye. Instead of saying, Please let me find a way to get $80,000, you declare. I command $80,000 to manifest in my reality, and I open myself to the channels it flows through. This doesn't mean you sit idle and wait for a bag of money to fall from the sky. Commanding is not laziness, it is activation. When you command, you also open your spirit to inspiration, your eyes to opportunities, and your mind to strategies you previously ignored. You begin noticing connections, ideas, and doors you had been blind to before. Remember, asking is passive. Commanding is active. Asking waits for permission. Commanding takes ownership. Asking says, maybe one day. Commanding says, it is now. And when you speak with that kind of energy, the universe aligns with it. So the first step in commanding the universe to send you $80,000 is this. Stop begging. Stop pleading. Stop lowering your vibration with words of desperation. Instead, stand in your authority. Align your heart, your mind, and your words, and boldly declare what you desire. When you do this consistently, with conviction, you will feel the shift in your energy. And soon, you'll see the shift in your reality. Words are not just sound. They are vibrations. Every word you speak carries energy, and that energy shapes your reality. The universe is not confused. It simply responds to the signal you send out. That's why some people pray, affirm, or declare for years and see little change. It's not that the universe isn't listening. It's that the words being spoken are not aligned with authority, clarity, and precision. When you command the universe for $80,000, you must use exact words. Not vague, not timid, not uncertain, but clear and direct. Imagine walking into a restaurant and saying to the waiter, "Bring me some food." What will happen? The waiter will stand there confused. Do you want steak or salad? Do you want water or wine? Do you want it now or later? The order is incomplete. But if you say, "Bring me grilled salmon with rice, lemon water on the side, and bring it now," suddenly everything becomes clear. The waiter knows what to deliver. The same applies to the universe. Most people speak in unclear terms. They say things like, "I just want more money." But here's the catch. If you find a $1 bill on the street tomorrow, technically your request has been answered. You did get more money. But is that what you meant? Number, the problem wasn't the universe. The problem was vagueness. That's why you must speak exact words. I command $80,000 to manifest in my life now. I receive it through divine channels, and I am aligned with its flow. Notice the difference. There is no confusion, no hesitation. The number is exact. The timing is now, and the energy is receptive. This declaration signals clarity, and clarity is power. Let me give you an example. A man once told me about his journey of manifestation. For years, he would say, "I want to be rich. I want more money." He hustled, worked overtime, and still struggled. Then, someone challenged him to be specific. So he decided, "I command $80,000 to come into my life within 6 months." He wrote it down, spoke it daily, and aligned his energy with it. Within that exact time frame, he received a business contract that paid him $82,500. When I asked him what changed, he said, "I stopped asking in general terms. I gave the universe a number and a timeline that made all the difference." Psychology supports this. Goal-setting experts say that specific goals are far more likely to be achieved than vague ones. If you tell yourself, "I want to exercise more," you probably won't. But if you said, "I will go to the gym 3 times a week for 1 hour," your Brahman processes it as a clear instruction. The subconscious doesn't work well with fuzzy intentions. It needs precision. Spiritually, the same principle applies. Words are seeds. When you plant a seed, you don't just toss it on the ground and hope it grows into something. You plant a specific seed, an apple seed, an orange seed, a mango seed, because you know what you want to harvest. Your words work the same way. If you sow vague words, you reap vague results. If you sow exact words, you reap exact results. Here's a practical exercise. Stand in front of a mirror today, look into your own eyes and say out loud, I command $80,000 to manifest in my life now. I open myself to every channel and every opportunity that aligns with this manifestation. I receive it with gratitude. Don't just whisper it. Speak it with authority. Speak it until your voice carries conviction. Repeat it daily. These words, spoken with clarity, send a frequency into the universe that cannot be ignored. There is also an emotional shift that happens when you use exact words. Saying, I want more money, still leaves space for doubt. But when you declare a specific number, you ignite belief. Your subconscious starts looking for evidence. You begin to notice opportunities that match your command. Your awareness sharpens and your faith strengthens. Think about it. Every miracle, every breakthrough, every answered prayer begins with words. Not weak words, not uncertain words, but exact words spoken with faith. The $80,000 you desire is already circulating in the world. It exists in someone's account, in a contract waiting for your signature, in a business deal about to be offered, in a creative idea ready to be launched. But to bring it into your reality, you must call it by name. So the second step is this. Stop being vague. Don't just ask for money. Don't just hope for a breakthrough. Command the universe with exact words. Be specific. Be bold. Be clear. Declare $80,000. Say it. Write it. Repeat it and believe it. Because once your words become precise, your reality will become precise. Speaking exact words is powerful, but if your belief doesn't match your command, your words become empty noise. This is where many people struggle. They declare, I command $80,000 to come into my life now. But deep down, a voice whispers, that's impossible. Who are you kidding? And the universe doesn't just hear your words. It also reads your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions. Belief is the foundation of manifestation. You cannot command what you secretly doubt. You cannot attract what you secretly fear. And you cannot hold what you secretly believe you don't deserve. The universe responds to conviction, not contradiction. Let's be honest. Many of us were raised with limiting beliefs about money. We were told things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or you have to struggle to survive. These beliefs sit deep in the subconscious, shaping how we see wealth. So even when we command $80,000, those old programs fight back. They whisper, that's too much. It can't happen for you. Be realistic. But here's the truth. Belief can be trained. Just like a muscle, your faith grows stronger the more you exercise it. If your subconscious is not aligned yet, you don't give up. You reprogram it, you repeat, you affirm, you visualize, and you reinforce until belief becomes second nature. Let me share a story. A man once stood in a seminar and confessed, I've been saying affirmations for months, but nothing is happening. When asked what he was affirming, he replied, I keep saying, I am a millionaire. But then someone asked him, when you say that, do you actually believe it? He hesitated, then admitted, number, I feel like I'm lying to myself. That was the problem. His words and his belief were misaligned. So instead, he was guided to start smaller, to build his faith step by step. He began affirming, I am worthy of money. I attract financial opportunities. I am open to $80,000 flowing into my life. These statements were believable to him, and because they felt true, his energy aligned with them within months. He landed a consulting project that paid him $79,000. The alignment between belief and command made the difference. This is how it works. Words set the direction. Belief fuels the journey. Action opens the pathway if you speak. But don't believe It's like putting an address into your GPS but refusing to start the engine. The map is set, but there's no power moving you forward. Belief is the engine that activates your command. So how do you align belief with command visualization? Each day, close your eyes and see yourself receiving $80,000. Picture it clearly. See the number in your bank account. Imagine the relief, the joy, the freedom. Feel the emotions as if it's already done. Visualization tricks the subconscious into believing it's real. Evidence building. Look for proof that money can come in unexpected ways. Collect stories, testimonies, even small wins. If you command $80,000 and suddenly find $50 on the street, don't dismiss it. Celebrate it. It's evidence that your energy is shifting. Replace the inner critic. When the voice of doubt says, "You can't do this," replace it with, "I am worthy. I am capable. Money flows to me easily." Don't let doubt go unchallenged. Answer it with truth. Act like it's already real. Begin making decisions as though the $80,000 is already yours. If you truly believed it was coming, how would you carry yourself? How would you speak? How would you think? Step into that version of yourself now. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards aligned thinking. When your command and your belief match, you send out a frequency so strong that reality has no choice but to mirror it back to you. One of the greatest examples of this is found in athletes before stepping into the arena. Champions don't just say, "I'll try to win." They believe they've already won. They visualize the victory, feel the emotion, and walk in as if it's done. That belief is what separates winners from dreamers. So, if you want the universe to send you $80,000, you must do more than speak the words. You must align your belief with them. Speak it, believe it, feel it, live it. Because once your inner world fully agrees with your outer words, the flow of money will no longer be resisted. It will be released. You can speak exact words. You can declare $80,000 with authority. You can even start believing it. But if your emotions are cluttered with fear, resentment, or guilt, your command will be blocked. Why? Because emotions are energy, and energy either amplifies or cancels your vibration. Think of it like tuning into a radio station. If your frequency is clear, the music plays perfectly. But if there's static, interference, or background noise, the sound becomes distorted. Your emotional state is the frequency that carries your words. If you command $80,000 but carry fear of debt, shame about money, or bitterness from past failures, those emotions distort your signal. The universe doesn't just hear your words, it feels your energy. Many people don't realize how much emotional baggage they carry around money. For example, someone who once lost money in a failed business might still hold deep fear every time they think of wealth. Another person might feel guilty about receiving money because they were taught that wealth makes you selfish. Some even carry resentment toward people who have money, unknowingly blocking their own flow. Here's the truth. You cannot attract what you secretly resent, and you cannot receive what you secretly fear. If your heart feels heavy every time you think of $80,000, the energy around it is toxic. You must cleanse it. Let me tell you a story. A woman once confided that no matter how much she worked or declared, money seemed to slip through her fingers. When asked how she felt about money, she broke down in tears. Her father used to argue violently about bills, and as a child, she grew up associating money with pain and conflict. So, even as an adult, whenever she thought of wealth, her body tensed with fear. Her words were saying yes, but her emotions were screaming. Once she began forgiving those past memories, releasing the trauma, and blessing the idea of money instead of fearing it, her energy changed, and almost immediately, unexpected financial blessings began to flow her way. So how do you remove these emotional blockages? Forgiveness. Release resentment toward anyone who wronged you financially, whether it was a family member, a friend, or even yourself. Say it out loud. I forgive, I release, and I set myself free. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the past, but it liberates your future. Gratitude, shift your energy by focusing on what you already have. Gratitude raises your vibration and clears emotional static. Instead of resenting what's missing, celebrate what's present. Say, I am grateful for the money already in my life, and I welcome more. Emotional honesty. Don't suppress negative feelings about money. Acknowledge them. Write down your fears, doubts, or painful memories, and then consciously release them. For example, burn the paper as a symbolic act of letting go. Reframing money. Start seeing money as a tool, not a tyrant. Money itself is neutral. It's simply energy in physical form. It's not good or bad. It's how you use it that matters. If you view money as a blessing, it will flow to you more easily. Psychologists say that unresolved emotions act like hidden weights, dragging down your progress even when you try to move forward. Spiritually, it's the same. Fear, shame, and resentment are heavy vibrations that repel abundance. Joy, gratitude, and peace are light vibrations that attract it. Here's a simple practice. Each morning, place your hand over your heart and say, I release all fear around money. I release all shame. I bless money as a gift, and I welcome $80,000 into my life with joy. As you repeat this daily, your emotional energy will shift. You'll feel lighter, freer, more open, and as your emotions release the blockage, your words of command will finally flow without resistance. Think of it like a river. If rocks and debris are clogging the flow, the water cannot move freely. But once you remove the blockage, the river rushes forward effortlessly. Your emotional healing is the removal of the rocks. Once they're gone, the flow of money can finally reach you. So, the fourth step is this. Cleanse your emotions. Forgive the past. Release fear. Let go of guilt. And bless money with love. Because when your emotions are clear, your command carries unstoppable power. The universe will not just hear your words, it will feel your freedom. And $80,000 will begin to move toward you without resistance. Words command, belief aligns, emotions clear the way. But there's another crucial step. You must see the $80,000 as already yours. Not in the future, not someday, but now. Visualization is the art of painting your reality on the canvas of the mind until it becomes so real inside of you that the outside world has no choice but to reflect it. Here's a truth most people miss. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined picture and actual reality. That's why athletes use visualization before every competition. A runner doesn't just hope to cross the finish line. He sees it. He feels it. He experiences the victory in his mind before it ever happens in his body. And when the race begins, his body simply carries out what the mind has already rehearsed. The same principle applies to commanding money. If you can see $80,000 in your hands, in your account, in your life, clearly and vividly, you pull it closer to you. But if all you see is emptiness, struggle, or debt, that's what continues to multiply. Let me share a story. A young man once struggled financially, buried under bills. He began practicing visualization daily. Each morning, he sat quietly, closed his eyes, and pictured himself opening his banking app. He saw the number $80,000. He imagined the relief in his chest, the smile on his face, the sense of freedom washing over him. He even visualized himself paying off his debts, buying things he needed, and giving generously to others. At first, it felt like make-believe. But the more he practiced, the more real it became. 6 months later, he received an inheritance he had not been expecting. The amount, just over $80,000, he told me. By the time the money came, I wasn't even surprised. I had already lived it in my mind so many times, it felt normal. Visualization works because the brain begins to filter reality through what it repeatedly sees. This is called the reticular activating system, RAS, a network in the brain that acts like a filter for your focus. When you visualize $80,000 daily, your RAS begins noticing opportunities that align with it. Suddenly, you see business deals, promotions, creative ideas, or connections you were blind to before. The opportunities were always there. You just weren't tuned to them. Here's how you practice powerful visualization. Create a quiet space. Sit somewhere peaceful where you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Calm your mind. See the number clearly. Imagine opening your banking app and see $80,000 sitting in your account. Picture it vividly, down to the font and colors on the screen. Engage your senses. Don't just see it, feel it. What does your body feel like when the money is there? Light, excited, free? What sounds do you hear? Maybe the click of a pen as you sign a check, or the voice of a banker congratulating you. The more senses you engage, the stronger the impression. Embody gratitude. Feel thankfulness as if it already happened. Gratitude locks in the visualization. Say to yourself, "Thank you for this $80,000 now." Repeat daily. The more you do this, the stronger the signal you send to your subconscious and to the universe. Visualization is not fantasy. Fantasy is daydreaming without intention. Visualization is mental rehearsal of your future, as if it's already true. And because your subconscious doesn't know the difference, it begins aligning your energy and actions to make it so. Here's something powerful. You may begin noticing small manifestations quickly. A refund you weren't expecting, a discount that saves you money, a random opportunity. Celebrate these because they are evidence your visualization is working. They are previews of the larger reality aligning with you. Some people dismiss visualization as silly, but look at the world's most successful people. Athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, they all practice it. Why? Because the mind must see it before the body achieves it. Your reality begins in your imagination. So the fifth step is this. See the $80,000 as yours. Don't wait for it to appear before you believe it, visualize it, and experience it now. And soon, your physical world will catch up to the reality your inner world has already embraced. You can speak exact words, believe them, clear your emotions, and even visualize $80,000 as already yours. But there's one step that activates everything. Action without action, your command has no channel to flow through. The universe can open doors, but you must walk through them. Think about it. If you command $80,000 to come into your life, but spend every day waiting on your couch, refusing opportunities, or ignoring ideas, how will it reach you? Money doesn't just appear out of thin air. It flows through people, opportunities, contracts, businesses, creativity, and decisions. Your role is to act in alignment with what you've commanded, so the flow has a path to reach you. Let's use an example. Imagine you stand outside in a rainstorm holding a sealed jar. The sky is pouring abundance, but your jar is shut tight. Can it fill? Number. But the moment you open the jar, rain begins to collect. Action is the opening of your jar. It allows what you've commanded to actually flow into your life. One of the most common blockages people face is expecting the universe to do 100% of the work. They command $80,000, but then ignore the very opportunities designed to bring it to them. They say, "That's too small," or "That's not what I asked for." But here's the secret. The $80,000 may come in pieces. An idea here, a connection there, a promotion, a business opportunity, or even a surprise refund. If you only look for one big miracle, you might miss the smaller steps that lead to the bigger manifestation. Let me share a story. A man once declared, "I command $80,000 to come into my life." Shortly after, a friend invited him to partner in a side business. At first, he thought, "I don't want to deal with that. It's too small." But something in him said, "Act in alignment with what you commanded." He agreed. Within months, the side business multiplied, and his share of profit crossed $81,000. He told me, at first, it didn't look like $80,000, but that was the doorway. My command was answered the moment I acted. This principle is simple. When you command, the universe delivers opportunities, not handouts. It will place ideas in your mind, people in your path, and open doors that match your frequency. Your responsibility is to step into them boldly. So how do you act in alignment with your command? Follow inspired ideas. After declaring $80,000, pay attention to sudden nudges, ideas that come to you unexpectedly. Write them down and act on them. These are often the very channels the universe is using to say yes to opportunities. Don't dismiss something just because it seems small. Small doors can open to great rooms. The $80,000 might start with a single conversation or a simple task. Invest in yourself. Sometimes the universe nudges you to learn a new skill, improve your craft, or take a step of growth. This investment can become the bridge to your financial manifestation. Act as if. Carry yourself like someone who already has $80,000. That doesn't mean being reckless with money. It means making confident, wise decisions instead of fearful ones. When you act like it's already yours, you attract situations that match that vibration. Keep momentum. One action may not bring the full $80,000, but consistent aligned actions create compound results. Just like exercising one time won't transform your body, a consistent lifestyle of aligned action keeps the flow open. Psychologists call this cognitive alignment. When your words, beliefs, and actions all point in the same direction. Spiritually, this is faith in motion. Faith is not passive. It's not just saying, I believe. Faith is belief expressed through action. And when your faith is active, it becomes unstoppable. Here's a simple exercise after your daily declaration and visualization. Ask yourself, what one action can I take today that aligns with my command for $80,000? Don't ignore the answer. It might be sending an email, making a call, starting a project, applying for an opportunity, or even reorganizing your finances. Each action is a step closer to the manifestation. Remember, money flows to movement. Stagnation repels abundance. When you act, you tell the universe, I am ready. I am open. I am available. That readiness creates momentum. And momentum draws miracles. So the sixth step is this. Act in alignment with your command. Don't just speak it, live it. Don't just visualize it, move toward it. Because when your words, belief, emotions, and actions align, the universe has no choice but to deliver what you have boldly declared, $80,000 flowing into your life. Money is not just paper, coins, or numbers on a screen. It is energy, a frequency, a vibration that flows to those who align with it. This is why some people seem to effortlessly attract opportunities, contracts, promotions, or unexpected checks in the mail, while others struggle for years with no progress. The secret lies not in hard work alone, but in how you communicate with money itself. When you shift your perception from money as paper to money as energy, you start treating it differently. You start commanding it differently. Think about electricity. You do not see it, but you know it is real because of what it powers. You flip a switch and lights turn on, fans spin and devices charge. In the same way, money is energy waiting to be directed. Your words, your thoughts, and your expectations are the switch. When you say, I can never afford that, you cut the current. When you say, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways, you flip the switch on and invite money to flow into your life. This is why the $80,000 you are commanding is not about printing paper bills. It is about drawing energy into your field in a way that translates into tangible form, whether through a client, signing a contract, a business exploding with sales, an investor saying yes, or even a completely unexpected blessing. When you speak to money as energy, you stop begging. You stop fearing it. You stop treating it like it is scarce. Instead, you talk to it as a loyal friend that knows how to find you when you call. A woman once shared her story of how she began writing affirmations that started with "Dear Money." She treated money like it was alive, like it had ears to hear her. Every morning she wrote, "Dear money, I love how you flow into my life with ease. I love how you support my dreams. Thank you for arriving in $10,000 chunks to make my life easier." Within 3 months, her business grew unexpectedly, and she received $30,000 in commissions. She didn't earn it the old-fashioned way. She aligned herself with the energy of money, and it answered her command. Here's what most people miss. Energy is responsive. The universe does not respond to desperation, worry, or fear. It responds to certainty, gratitude, and authority. This is why when you command, you must speak as if it is already done, saying, "Universe, please send me $80,000 sounds like begging." But when you say, "Universe, I command $80,000 to flow to me now with ease, joy, and certainty," you are not asking, you are directing, you are flipping the energy switch. Money loves clarity. If you say, "I want more money," and you receive $1, the universe has technically answered your request. But when you say, "I command $80,000 now," the energy becomes precise. It knows the target, it knows the figure, it knows the vibration of the outcome. Specificity activates manifestation because it sharpens your focus and tells energy exactly where to go. And here's the critical part. Do not just speak these words once and stop. Consistency amplifies energy. Just as you don't go to the gym once and expect a six-pack, you don't command money once and expect it to materialize instantly. You repeat daily with authority until your vibration stabilizes at that level. Each repetition strengthens the energetic cord, pulling $80,000 closer to you. Try this. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and place your hand over your heart. Speak these words with full authority. Universe, I command $80,000 to flow to me now in ways that surprise and delight me. Money, I see you, I welcome you. And I honor your energy. You flow to me freely, abundantly. And without resistance, it is done. Do not whisper. Do not speak timidly. Speak with certainty, because the universe responds to boldness. Feel the energy in your chest as you declare it. Imagine $80,000 in your bank account, already spent, already circulating, already blessing your life. The moment you command, the energy begins to rearrange itself to deliver it to you. This is not superstition. It is alignment. Money is energy, and energy obeys the laws of attraction, intention, and command. Once you stop seeing money as paper and start treating it as energy, you will no longer chase it. You will attract it, you will summon it, you will command it. The final secret to commanding $80,000 from the universe is this. You must live as if it is already yours. This is not about pretending or playing make. Believe, it is about embodying the vibration of ownership before the physical money shows up. The universe does not deliver to people who doubt. It delivers to those who carry themselves with certainty, gratitude, and expectancy. If you say, "I want $80,000, you are reinforcing the fact that you don't have it yet. Wanting creates more wanting. But when you live, act, and speak as though the money is already secured, you collapse the distance between desire and reality. You send out the signal, it is already done, and energy always responds to the dominant signal you broadcast. Think about actors. When they step into a role, they fully embody the character. They don't just read lines. They live the emotions, the body language, the tone of voice, and when you watch them on screen, you believe it. That is the level of embodiment you must bring to commanding money. You don't hope for $80,000. You become the person who already owns it. Ask yourself, how would I walk if $80,000 was sitting in my account today? How would I talk? How would I carry myself? How would I make decisions? Would I feel desperate, anxious, and fearful? Or would I feel calm, confident, generous, and secure? The moment you start living from that energy, you begin to magnetize the reality. A man once shared his manifestation journey where he needed $50,000 to save his business. Instead of panicking, he began every morning writing in his journal, "Thank you, universe, for the $50,000 that has arrived to me in perfect timing. I am so grateful for this blessing." He started making small upgrades in his life, not reckless spending, but aligning his energy with prosperity. Within weeks, a former client reached out with a deal worth even more than he had commanded. He didn't wait for the money to change his vibration. He changed his vibration and the money arrived. This is why gratitude is so powerful. Gratitude says, "It is already here." Begging says, "It hasn't come yet." Which vibration do you think the universe responds to? The one that radiates abundance, not lack. That's why I urge you. Wake up each morning and thank the universe for the $80,000 as if it has already arrived. Write it, speak it, feel it, live it. Even your environment should reflect the energy of abundance. Keep your space clean and organized. Chaos blocks flow. Carry yourself with excellence. Treat every dollar in your wallet with respect. Because if you can't honor the small amounts, the universe won't trust you with larger sums. Begin to circulate money with joy, whether it's paying a bill, buying groceries, or tipping someone for good service. Every exchange becomes an affirmation. I am wealthy, and wealth flows through me. Living as if also means removing contradiction. You cannot command $80,000 with your mouth and then complain about being broke with your words. Every time you speak lack, you cancel out your command. Instead, speak in alignment. Replace "I can't afford" that with "That's not in my financial flow right now, but I welcome more." Replace "I'm broke" with "I am rich in energy and money flows to me easily." Your words create your world. Don't sabotage your command. The truth is, the $80,000 is already here in energetic form. Your role is to align yourself so it can transfer from the unseen to the seen. And the fastest way to do that is to live like it's already in your possession. When you walk, talk, and decide as if you already have it, the universe has no choice but to match your frequency. So right now, wherever you are, say this out loud: "Thank you, universe. For my $80,000, I receive it now with joy, gratitude, and certainty. I live as the owner of this blessing. It is mine." Feel it, believe it, act on it, and watch how the universe moves mountains to deliver what you have already claimed.